Hello, and welcome again to another Parthian Films Blabbercast. I'm your host, John F. Cook, and under the umbrella of How I Remember Music, I'm presenting episode 2 in the series, Were You There? Where I ask, were you there July 23rd, 1993? Sandy Lake First Nation up Northern Ontario way. I was there, and here's my story. All starts back, you see, through the bulk of the 1990s. I worked for Wawate Native Communications in their television department. Now, the Sandy Lake Muddy Waters Music Festival had been going on 10 years. So 1993 was their 10th anniversary and they blew it all out. They booked Buffy St. Marie. So Charlie Chisel, Jamie Monastersky and I flew up to Sandy Lake to cover the Muddy Waters Music Festival featuring Buffy St. Marie. Now, as I remember it, the country music dominated through the Thursday and the Friday. I believe it was a 5-day show. Buffy's due to play Saturday night, perhaps Wednesday and Thursday. I'll ask again, were you there? Do you remember country music starting off the festival? And it was a fantastic festival. The sun was out, and early in the shows I got introduced to the Ranville brothers from Winnipeg. Their pickin' and grinning styles. It's fantastic music. Then the Rockers hit the stage, I believe again, Friday night, and I asked, were you there? Peacemaker. Kaboom. Fantastic. But it's all leading up to Buffy St. Marie Saturday night. As I remember, how I remember it. They had some shows early in the day on Saturday, then cleared the park, allowing Buffy to do her sound check. Big show would be Saturday night, and I remember Peacemaker backing her up. Anyway, Charlie, Jamie, and I are all hanging out because we're part of the crew waiting for this sound check. Time goes on, we're hanging out by the front of the house where the mixer is, and the stage is there. To the right of the stage, we've noticed quite a gathering, and it's not moving. It's rumbling within itself, but it's not physically going anywhere. Charlie and I say, let's head over, figure out what the heck's going on here. Let's get going, Buffy. Head over, and at the epicenter was Buffy and her bass player. I assume a ring of power came out to where we stood. We asked, hey buddy, standing beside us, what the heck's going on here? He said, oh, well, kind of bad news. We were supposed to get an RDAT player. You see, Buffy's got all her backing tracks on this RDAT player, and we don't have one. So, I put my hand up and I said, wow, I know a buddy in Sioux Lookout. He's got one. Well, yikes, was like exited out of there post-haste. The first trip, in the back of a Ford pickup down a sandy and bumpy Sandy Lake Road, was the nearest telephone. I phone up my buddy in Sioux Lookout, Tommy Kuzenchuk. Tommy, here's the situation. Tommy says, leave it on the kitchen table. Gotta go. Click. Well, being a southern boy, I still wasn't used to the idea that people would just leave their doors unlocked, and an expensive piece of gear that was Buffy's show was sitting on the kitchen table. The next expedited trip is down to the float cleaning company. I saw a wad of cash being slapped down on a table, and next thing I knew, myself, the pilot, obviously, and an elder were asked, "Were you there?" A sweet old gentleman forgot his name, remember what he looks like. But we're flying down now to Sioux Lookout to pick up this RDAT machine, save the show. I'm hoping Tommy, come on, Tommy. Gotta do it. I'm a little bit nervous. The elder was a little bit nervous. We exchanged pleasantries, but everybody knew we're counting on this RDAT. So sure enough, I opened Tommy's door, and there it is on the kitchen table. Grab it like a trophy, saving the show. On the way back, the pilot says, "Hey, do you want to sit up front?" And I says, "Yes, I do." But generally, it was a gorgeous night. We're flying at about 3,000 feet. And a vision I hope I never forget is lakes lighting up as if they were on fire. It's getting to be dusk, and the angle of the sun would just touch a lake at the right time, and it would explode all oranges, Halloween yellows. We travel a little further along the next lane in line. Beautiful. The pilot says, "Do you want to fly the plane?" I said, "Yes, I do." So he gets me to do a bit of this and a bit of that. I look back at the elder, and he's still a little nervous. So I settle in, and then arrive hand off to the RDAT, to a counselor or some sort of organizer. "Were you there? Do you remember getting an RDAT from me to save the Buffy St. Marie show?" Well, it was a fantastic night. Peacemaker rocked the house, and Buffy St. Marie was unbelievable. And there I was. Were you there? July 23rd, 1993.